there is a specific kind of chill that only a small American town can provide. It's the feeling of 1,000 eyes watching from behind lace curtains, the way the wind whistles through a rusted swing set, and the heavy, suffocating silence of a place that knows too many secrets. While some towns pride themselves on their apple festivals and historic charm, others are defined by the darkness that refuses to leave. Today, we're venturing into the shadows. From towns sitting atop eternal fires to villages haunted by 18th century specters. These are the top 18 creepiest small towns in the U.S. Locals warn you not to visit. And after hearing their stories, you might just take their advice. 18. Centralia, Pennsylvania, the town that burns forever. Centralia isn't just creepy, it's a portal to a nightmare. In 1962, a trash fire in a landfill ignited a coal seam beneath the town. That fire is still burning today. The ground is hot to the touch, and toxic steam vents through cracks in the pavement. Most residents fled decades ago, leaving behind a graffiti highway and a grid of streets that lead to nowhere. Locals say the earth here is hungry, a fact made terrifyingly real when a 12-year-old boy was nearly swallowed by a 150-foot sinkhole in his grandmother's backyard. 17. Point Pleasant, West Virginia, home of the Mothman. In 1966, the residents of Point Pleasant began seeing something they couldn't explain, a 7-foot-tall man with wings and glowing red eyes. The Mothman sightings culminated in the tragic collapse of the Silver Bridge, which killed 46 people. While the town now embraces the legend with a statue and a festival, locals still avoid the TNT area, a sprawling, abandoned World War II explosive site where the creature was frequently spotted. 16. Sleepy Hollow, New York. The legend is real. Immortalized by Washington Irving, Sleepy Hollow feels like it's perpetually stuck in October. The town is home to the famous Sleepy Hollow Cemetery, where Irving himself is buried. While it's a beautiful village by day, the old Dutch church and the bridge where the headless horseman supposedly trapped Ichabod Crane take on a sinister energy at night. Many locals claim to hear the thundering of hooves on the pavement long after the tourists have gone home. 15. Fall River, Massachusetts, the ghost of the axe. Fall River is the site of the most infamous unsolved murder in American history, the case of Lizzie Borden. The house where Andrew and Abby Borden were given 40 whacks still stands and operates as a bed and breakfast. Guests report the sound of weeping, the smell of Victorian perfume, and the feeling of cold fingers brushing against their necks. Even the locals treat the house on 2nd Street with a quiet, respectful distance. 14. Bodie, California, the cursed ghost town. Bodie is a town frozen in time. Abandoned in the early 20th century, the houses still contain furniture, toys, and half-eaten meals. But it's the Bodie curse that keeps people away. Legend says that anyone who takes so much as a pebble from the town will be plagued by bad luck until the item is returned. The park rangers receive dozens of letters every year from repentant thieves returning rusted nails and rocks, desperate to end their misfortune. 13. Taos, New Mexico, the unsolved hum. Taos is a beautiful desert town, but it harbors a secret that drives some people to the brink of insanity. Since the 1990s, residents have reported the Taos hum, a low-frequency drone that sounds like a distant diesel engine. Scientists have never been able to locate its source. Some locals believe it's the voices of Navajo ancestors. Others think it's a government experiment gone wrong. Whatever it is, once you hear it, you can never unhear it. 12. Helltown, Ohio, the Valley of the Abandoned. The village of Boston, Ohio, earned the nickname Helltown after the government forcibly evacuated residents in the 1970s to create a national park. The abandoned homes, a bus to nowhere left in the woods, and rumors of chemical spills and satanic cults have turned this area into a local legend. Signs reading "prohibited" and "no trespassing" guard the perimeter, making the silence of the valley even more deafening. 11. Picher, Oklahoma, the most toxic town in America. Picher is a ghost town created by human greed. Once a booming mining hub, it was declared a Superfund site due to massive lead contamination. The town is surrounded by chat piles, mountains of toxic dust, and the ground is literally collapsing into old mine shafts. It's a gray, desolate landscape where the air feels heavy with the weight of a dying community. 10. Whittier, Alaska, one building, one town. Imagine a town where almost every resident lives in a single 14-story building. That's Whittier. To get there, you have to drive through a 2.5-mile, one-way tunnel that closes at night. The isolation, combined with the brutal Alaskan weather and the looming presence of the Beach Towers, creates an atmosphere of claustrophobia that makes outsiders feel like they're being watched by everyone at once. 9. Monowi, Nebraska, population 1. Monowi is the loneliest town in America. Elsie Eiler is the mayor, the librarian, and the bartender. While Elsie is famously friendly, the sight of an almost entirely abandoned town, with empty houses and a collapsing schoolhouse, is haunting. It's a stark reminder of how quickly a community can vanish into the plains. 8. Jerome, Arizona, the vertical ghost town. Jerome was once the wickedest town in the West. Built on the side of a steep mountain, the town literally slid downhill during various mining accidents. Today, it's a hub for artists and ghost hunters. The Jerome Grand Hotel, once a hospital where thousands died, is said to be one of the most haunted buildings in the country. Locals tell stories of the ghost of the boiler room, who still wanders the halls. 7. New Hope, Pennsylvania, the Crying Bridge. New Hope is known for its charm, but its legends are dark. A bridge in the town is said to be haunted by a woman who, in a fit of despair, threw her baby into the water before taking her own life. Locals avoid the bridge at night, claiming you can still hear the sound of a baby crying and the scraping of fingernails against the underside of the stone. 6. Bonanza, Idaho, the mystery of the three graves. Deep in the Salmon Chalice National Forest lies Bonanza. The town was destroyed by fires in the late 1800s, but the real chill comes from Boot Hill. There are 3 unmarked graves there belonging to a woman named Lizzie and her 2 husbands. The mystery of how they died and why they were buried apart from the rest of the town has fueled local ghost stories for over a century. 5. Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, the eternal battlefield. Gettysburg is a town that cannot escape its past. In 1863, over 50,000 men were killed, wounded, or went missing here. Today, the entire town feels like a graveyard. Visitors report seeing reenactors who vanish into thin air and hearing the phantom sounds of cannon fire. The Jenny Wade House, where the only civilian was killed during the battle, remains a chilling testament to the violence that once soaked this soil. 4. Skidmore, Missouri, the town that kept a secret. Skidmore's creepiness doesn't come from ghosts, but from a dark human mystery. In 1981, the town bully, Ken McElroy, was shot and killed in broad daylight in front of dozens of witnesses. To this day, no one has been charged, and no one in town claims to have seen a thing. The wall of silence that protects the killer creates an atmosphere of tension that lingers over the town like a shroud. 3. Cairo, Illinois, the town time forgot. Sitting at the confluence of the Ohio and Mississippi rivers, Cairo was once a thriving port. Today, it is a shell of its former self. Decades of racial tension and economic decline have left the downtown area looking like a post-apocalyptic movie set. The crumbling Victorian mansions and empty streets give off an energy of deep, unhealed trauma. 2. Thurmond, West Virginia, the hidden ghost town. Accessible only by a narrow road or by rail, Thurmond is a town that time simply walked away from. It was a major coal hub, but now it has a population you can count on one hand. The entire town is a historic district, but the abandoned bank and boarded-up stores along the tracks make it feel like the residents just vanished into the Appalachian mist. 1. Dudleytown, Connecticut, the village of the damned. Dudleytown isn't just a town, it's a curse. Founded in the 1740s, the settlers here suffered an impossible string of tragedies, mysterious deaths, crop failures, and mass insanity. By the early 20th century, the town was completely abandoned. Today, the forest has reclaimed the foundations. Locals and hikers report an eerie lack of birdsong or animal noises in the area, as if the very land itself is hostile to life.